The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker was at one time the most controversial game in the history of the series. Instead of refining the more adult tone of the N64 Zeldas, Nintendo decided to shift gears completely and present a style that appeared to be a little more childlike. Nowadays, it's mostly beloved, but how would The Wind Waker be perceived by someone who's never played it? My girlfriend Ellie is that person, and today we're going to follow along her journey with The Wind Waker through the eyes of a newcomer. Today we are beginning The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. In some ways, the real successor slash follow-up to Ocarina of Time. Do you have any guesses, any expectations of what this is going to look like, or sort of the elevator pitch will be?
Nope.
Oh man, I love this title screen. I love this song. There's a sort of Celtic vibe to this opening track. It's honestly one of my favorite songs in the entire series. We began with some classic static image backstory before arriving on Outset Island. This cozy place is where this journey begins as our younger sister Errol finds Link sleeping up on a watchtower. Turns out it's our birthday, so we've got to head over to our grandmother's house.
Oh, this is complicated. Oh, so it's not the top R anymore, it's the back R.
That's interesting. That makes sense because the GameCube had two buttons on the right shoulder.
There was a little getting used to the controls, but since Ellie has now played Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, she's a lot more well-versed in how these 3D games feel. It's the same basic control scheme here with some minor button alterations, as this is originally a GameCube game.
I liked that it was different and didn't feel like a repeat of Ocarina of Time, but it felt like it took me a bit to understand what was happening because Majora's Mask and Ocarina were so similar that just felt like a continuation of the same game, kind of, and this felt very different, but I liked the early 2000s game energy it had. It was nostalgic for me. I liked how smooth it felt and looked, and everything felt a little more high-res.
We found Grandma, who adorned us with our classic Link garb. It's a commemoration of us turning the same age as the Link mentioned at the beginning of the game. There we go, now we're looking good. Ellie began exploring the island, getting a feel for how Link controls in Wind Waker. As I mentioned, everything is about the same as before, from rolling to targeting. There's a clear refinement on display though. Everything feels smoother, as evidenced by how fast Ellie was picking it up. After running around some more, Ellie went back to our sister Errol, who was kind enough to let us borrow her telescope.
What's he holding? Pirates! I didn't think we'd ever have pirates in Zelda. Whoa. That's Zelda, ain't it?
Well, that's not good. Man, we really never get a break, do we? Well, seems like it's incumbent on us to help per usual, but we're not going to be able to do that without some means of defending ourselves. Ellie found the local swordsman, I guess, and got some combat training. Combat also functions similarly to older games, but again, feels refined.
I like how this feels, though.
You do?
This is cool, yeah.
How does it feel differently from
It just feels
past
more
games?
fluid. Movement feels fluid.
The biggest addition is a sort of counterattack that enables Link to spin around and hit an enemy from behind. Our skills were so impressive that we got to keep the sword. Okay, there's one classic acquisition down.
Oh.
Ellie was going the right way here, but when she was blocked by these small trees, she thought this was the end of the line. The sword is capable of cutting them down, but Ellie didn't try that. Instead, she retraced her steps around the island.
Ooh, I can chop down trees. That's cool.
Okay, Ellie now knew that she could cut those trees down, but how long would it take her to make this connection?
Haha. I didn't have a
There you
sword
go.
before, did I?
You did.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I'm a rule follower. If a sign tells me not to go somewhere, I don't go.
There you go.
I've always feared authority, and I follow the rules. The sign said I couldn't go there. So if the sign said I couldn't go there, I thought that was the game telling me you're not ready for this part yet. You've not unlocked something yet. The same way that an NPC would tell you that. Didn't even think about the trees being something I could interact with. The sign said I couldn't go that way. It was blocked, so I didn't go that way. If that sign had not been there, maybe I would have tried hitting stuff. I read the sign, and I'm a rule follower.
With trees cut, Link could now jump the bridge and head deeper into the forest, where we saw that girl from before hanging by a tree branch. That's not good. We made it through these initial bouts of combat with ease, but could only watch as who we come to know as Tetra falls out of the tree.
She's gonna get hurt. Oh, girl. Thank you, Tetra.
With our sister taken, of course, we've got to do something about it. Heading out with this newfound crew on the ship seems like the most sensible option, but we're not allowed to join without a shield of some kind. This time around, the shield comes from Grandma, who tearily permisses us to head off the island.
Sir, you did too excited of a jump. Your sister just got
Hey,
kidnapped.
he looks very concerned. He is looking real stressed.
With that, it was time to head out and begin our journey.
Bye, friends and family and Snot Boy.
Now that we were on the boat, we had a little pirate training to do. We found Nico below deck, who tasked us with doing what every pirate loves to do, swing on lights while jumping to platforms.
Oh. You're in pain, aren't you?
Mm-mm.
This is causing you miserable pain.
This tutorial is actually important, as Link will eventually need to swing in more urgent circumstances.
Uh-huh.
Pony it up! Pony it up!
Oh my lord. Okay. Be careful now, be careful. Oh my god.
We were rewarded with the spoils bag, which would allow us to hold collected materials. Was it worth the pain? The jury's still out. Tetra called us back outside to show us our destination, the Forsaken Fortress. This place is pretty striking visually, with its plethora of hanging anchors and very, very large spotlights.
Oh.
Ooh, quite a wink.
Did he like black out while they put him in there?
I don't know.
So they're not gonna help? Once I'm up here. Well, that sucks. That really do suck.
Well, we made it, but we'd lost our sword. Thankfully, we did now have a cool floating rock that Tetra could use to talk to us and provide advice. So, not a complete loss. Still, we needed to get our sword back, but one step at a time. After learning that she could hide under barrels, Ellie ran inside. What awaits is a largely circular structure teeming with rats and some moblins that are looking freaky in Wind Waker.
Uh-oh. I guess this is a game over.
It wasn't a game over, but we were trapped. Since we don't have a weapon right now, getting caught by a moblin means getting thrown into this cell, which is pretty annoying. I will say, I'm surprised by this early focus on stealth. The player doesn't have access to the sword for more than a couple of combat encounters before being forced to start sneaking around. What's particularly annoying is that this is binary stealth. That is to say, getting caught results in automatic failure and having to start back over at square one.
I don't like stealth in general most of the time in any game. It's not favorable to me. So I didn't love that part. I think that stresses me out. I don't like the feeling of waiting to not be in the zone if someone can see you and sneaking around. I just don't find that very exciting or fun. I find it bothersome.
Ellie made it outside and found one of these spotlights. Thankfully, there were some sticks nearby that enabled Link to eliminate the bokoblin manning it. With him dead, we wouldn't need to worry about the spotlight detecting us anymore, but there were still 2 more sets keeping an eye out for us.
No, no, no! You don't keep that?
I guess not.
Well, I don't have a weapon now. My whole...
Ellie got the compass, which was timely as she was feeling pretty lost. A lot of this dungeon is difficult to distinguish, especially given its circular nature. Despite this, she found her way forward, which involved sneaking past some moblins in a barrel.
I really don't think I can do this next one, though. I don't understand the timing.
Ellie was right, it isn't possible. In order to cross the gap, that spotlight needs to be shut down, which was encouraged by Tetra. One change I was noticing in Wind Waker relative to a game like Ocarina of Time is that the former is much better about providing advice when the player seems to be stuck. A lot of hints I would have eventually provided weren't even necessary, as the game was taking care of it for me. After some more searching around, Ellie shut the other 2 spotlights off and made her way back up to the top of the fortress to sneak her way past.
Run and get your sword, sir. He's so happy. But death lies around the corner. Be careful.
Nice.
Once inside, we found Errol, but that wasn't all.
I knew that bird was gonna come get me.
That's one bad bird.
We were flown to an all too familiar figure, before being unceremoniously tossed away into the middle of the sea. We were introduced to the King of the Red Lions, who filled us in on the history of Ganon and also made an embarrassing admission. He is a boat with no sail. If we were going to make any headway in saving the land, we were gonna need one of those. Hopefully, Windfall Island would have one in stock. And now it's time for the viewer question of the week. This week's question comes from one of our patrons, Banana Aiden. If you had to be trapped in one game, what game would you pick?
Can I have 2 answers? I would pick 2 games from my childhood. For a more exciting one, Simpsons Hit and Run. I think it would be really, really fun to live in a world where I could just wreck cars and face no repercussions. I just got to wreck a town and cause damage. Second, Barbie Horse Adventures, because low stakes, I'm just riding a horse, feeding a horse, discovering pretty land.
If you'd like first dibs on your question appearing in a video, as well as a ton of other cool bonuses, you can become a patron or channel member. Ellie slowly combed around the island, interacting with its various colorful characters. This one, who seemed to be from a far-off land of a tundric nature, seemed like he might have what we're looking for, but he was driving a pretty hard bargain. We needed 80 rupees to make the purchase.
Why are they dancing at the grave like this?
I don't know.
Ellie was slowly accumulating the money she needed, but was also running out of places to explore. Windfall Island really isn't that large, so there were only so many nooks and crannies to investigate.
Tingle?
Did you not recognize him?
Oh, it's our old pal Tingle. He's locked up, which is kinda strange, so we let him out and received the Tingle Tuner, which really has no relevance if you're not playing this on an actual GameCube. This was still a worthwhile mission though, as Tingle's cell connected to a series of pathways that contain some more rupees, as well as rats that trigger trapdoors for some reason. Okay, well, sometimes you gotta work for the cash. It took a while, but Ellie eventually saved up the money and purchased the sail. Now we were free to hit the open sea.
PJ reveal, PJ pant reveal.
Oh my god.
Link attached the sail to the King of the Red Lions and set off for adventure. More than any other Zelda game up to this point, other than perhaps the original, Wind Waker affords a ton of player freedom. We didn't really have that at this point, but eventually, Ellie would be able to sail around the entire map to her heart's content.
Out on the open sea. The wind at your back. The salt in your hair.
I I think I said it while we were filming, but I asked, like, is this open world? Can I do whatever I want? Like, I could have stopped at an island on the way. I like that it is and isn't at the same time. I like having clear missions of what to do next. Sometimes I love just messing around and doing side stuff in an open world game. Other times I like having a clear path that's more linear of what should I do next. So I kind of liked that this was a combination of that, where being out in the water felt really open and like I could do anything, but then I was directly guided exactly where to go and I couldn't actually do everything yet. Was exciting and feels less overwhelming.
We arrived at Dragon Roost Island, but before we could explore, we received the Wind Waker. Given the name of the game, one can only assume this thing is important. Just like in previous games, playing songs is a major gameplay mechanic, but the Wind Waker works very differently than the ocarina.
So I'm using analog stick or D-pad?
Analog stick?
Oh my god. This is hard.
There you go.
I'm never gonna be able to do this in action.
What do you mean in action?
I have to do multiple time signatures?
Ellie really hated this thing. Unlike the ocarina, timing is relevant here. It's a nice shift away from the familiar mechanics of the ocarina, but definitely carries a steeper learning curve. Will Ellie come around to it? We'll see.
I don't like anything with the analog sticks that's that hard to get it to point a certain direction. I've struggled with that through all of these games using the analog stick to get it to point in the right direction or figure out what is the timing of this supposed to be, because I have good rhythm and you just have to do it in advance, and that really throws my brain off. To have to be pointing up in advance or pointing to the side like a half beat before the actual beat to get it to land in the circle, it just felt finicky. I was like never good at Dance Dance Revolution. I don't like the timing of those kind of things. It makes me panicky, and then it keeps going, and the metronome kept going, and then I missed another round, then I missed another 4 beats, and when am I gonna catch up?
Ooh.
A lot of rocks that needed blowing up to progress here, which Ellie was struggling with. We eventually made it through and met the Rito, a peaceful species of flying creatures that unsurprisingly have a problem. There's a massive dragon on top of the island who's usually passive, but something currently has him violent and unpredictable. Not a good combination. Link is on the case.
Oh, bye-bye. I want to leave conversations like that.
That would be nice.
Some exploration led us to Medley, a particularly friendly Rito who wants to help the dragon as badly as we do. Unfortunately, the young Rito prince who holds an item that we really need isn't as personable. It seemed like progress was largely up to us and Medley. Ellie moved higher up, where Medley had instructed us to meet her.
I'm always carrying girls. These games are like, so you're gonna carry a girl for a bit, okay? So just carry her. Oh, damn. Sorry, girl. So sorry about that shit.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Jeez. Okay, we're gonna go back a little bit.
Link got her up there eventually and was given the classic empty bottle. That's the good news, but the bad news is that it wasn't clear how we were supposed to get up there ourselves.
So these used to be bombs?
Surely there was something around here that could help us.
I'm not sure what to put in my bottle. I mean, there's water.
Okay.
Maybe these plants that look dry and withered. I guess it couldn't hurt to try. I can jump back down and get more if it doesn't work. I was right. They were dried up bombs. I was right.
Now we could blow up this rock and refill the area with water, granting access to the other side. We arrived in Dragon Roost Cavern, and this place seemed like our first proper dungeon. It takes a while to get here and feels reminiscent of Majora's Mask. Ellie jumped in and was really nailing combat.
I wonder if these sticks catch on fire. Because this was my first thought, but I didn't think I had anything to catch on fire. They do.
She was a puzzle-solving natural these days. This dungeon is centered around a large, cavernous space filled with lava. Like some other dungeons we've already conquered, this one finds us returning to this central room multiple times. You can really feel the heat in this place. Ellie began working through the rooms, finding classic puzzles like lighting a torch and challenges more specific to this dungeon, like throwing these pots of water to create platforms on lava.
I don't think I have any items that help me here.
Well, what happened on the other side of the room over there?
An enemy broke through.
How did he break through?
I didn't really watch before. I thought he broke through it with his sword, which is why I did that.
Well, what was that on the floor over there?
I don't even know. A machete? Oh, well, why didn't that work the first time?
You threw it, you didn't swing it.
Oh, I thought I was swinging it.
Wind Waker is certainly inclined to throw some new mechanics at us. This barrier could only be broken with the enemy's sword, not our own, but picking up the weapon of a fallen enemy isn't something Ellie's been asked to do before. The capacity to adapt is key. A cool element of Dragon Roost Cavern is that occasionally you find yourself back outside. You're still in the dungeon, technically, but being able to explore a bit outside helps to convey a proper sense of scale. Ellie continued scaling the dungeon, finding the compass along the way, until she made it back into the main room.
What do we think is in this mysterious blue vase?
Good question.
I guess back to where I started?
Very convenient. Now that she had a shortcut, Ellie had free rein to be as gutsy as she wanted to be. Further on, we found ourselves in this room featuring lava and this burning centipede known as a magtail.
Can I go another way?
What do you mean, can you go another way?
Like, do I have to go this way? I mean, I know now I just have to die, but...
Why do you have to die?
Because I can't put water down.
Why do you need to put water down?
Because I can't make that jump.
How do you know that?
Because I've tried multiple times, he falls in. Oh, I really don't get it. Why didn't it game over me? Oh, that's dumb. It put me back just to game over me then.
Patience would enable her to strike him in the eye, but she was attacking too quickly to realize this.
Oh no, don't dissolve before it's my time to shine, please. This is scary as hell. It's gonna blow up before my time. Woo! Oh no, my girl got kidnapped.
Uh-oh. It's never good.
My girl. My girl, we can't do this.
Time for a little combat. Ellie knocked out the enemies with ease, which earned us the grappling hook. Now we could swing across specific grapple points, Nathan Drake style. Per usual, Ellie could now view this dungeon through an entirely new lens.
Okay, your girl's confused.
We were so close to this chest and yet so far away. The solution here lies with the magtail.
I just need some validation that that was on it.
Yeah, that looked like it was on it.
That's unfair.
Ooh, Lord.
Pissed me off. I want to throw something.
The big key.
I need to throw something. That's quite an image. This dungeon gave me a lot of trouble. I'm gonna bet that this guy gives me a lot of trouble.
Quite the imposing first boss. It's our old friend Goma, looking much larger and more skeletal these days. The key to this boss's first phase is actually swinging on our dragon friend's tail. Sure, that doesn't feel too good, but I guess it's just a necessary evil. Ellie repeated the cycle a few times, making it look easy. Okay, maybe not that easy. Either way, we made it to phase 2.
Am I out of hearts in this room? I'm done for. I should have captured that fairy.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hey, a game over's never kept this girl down. Victory was within her reach.
This is pissing me off. I got him. Hit it. Hit it. You want to be some hero? You want to be some man? Just give me the damn heart when I hit it. Don't make me chase the damn heart. So I try to be careful. See, I'm targeting. If that's not it, I'm gonna, please be done. Please. Please be done.
Oh my. Wow. Oh,
Yeah, dance around. Please feel joy in your heart. I bet this is how, like, men feel when they beat some Elden Ring boss.
Victory achieved. Link grabbed the heart container and got the hell out of here. The dragon was ameliorated and we even got that orb.
I think it felt, because I was doing the dungeon up to the last minute, it felt like I hadn't really accomplished much in this time. I think the narrative arc of getting kicked out of that other dungeon and I can't do it yet felt like, oh, I just wasted so much time doing that and now I have to wait to go back anyway. But I really enjoyed it. I think the mechanics are becoming more and more approachable with each game in a way that I like. I felt the camera movements and everything, I'm really used to them now because of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, but they still felt smoother and not as clunky to me in this game. And figuring out the buttons and everything, even though they looked completely different on the screen than what I'm used to, didn't feel as clunky. Like everything felt much smoother game mechanics wise, so I really enjoyed that and I thought it was a game that felt good to play. And I enjoyed that.
The Wind Waker presents a refined take on the familiar formula. That being said, the proceedings are presented in a way that subverted Ellie's expectations. Despite this, I think she still found it to be a worthy adventure and hopefully one that she can continue in the future. If you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe or check out another episode? And if you really enjoyed this episode, you can become a patron or channel member to help us make more. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.